The ultimate self-improvement guide for young men. Growing up I felt lost, misguided and confused. I had huge ambitions and goals, however I was surrounded around mediocrity and people telling me I was being unrealistic. This discouraged me to work hard and it made me settle for a common life. I dedicated several hours in instant gratification activities such as video games, eating unhealthy and social media etc. In return what this did was leave me depressed and feeling demotivated. The worst bit was it came to a point where I didn't even enjoy the activities and I felt bad about for doing them, but I still kept doing them because I was addicted. Every day when I'd wake up, I would feel lazy and worthless, consequently this had a serious impact on my mental health. I'd look at successful people thinking they just got lucky and their life was completely unachievable for a normal person like me. I continued living life purposeless, looking at others live their life happily whilst I was living fruitless. I had a crush at this girl and tried making my move, but she rejected me. She told me I wasn't her type. She then told me her type were people who are muscular, good-looking and successful overall. This destroyed my already low confidence. I thought to myself, is this really how the rest of my life will be like? Simply the thought of that alarmed me, and at that moment, I decided to turn my life and around my mindset completely changed. I grabbed a notepad, made a list of all my goals to become the best version of myself. I wrote a plan on how I was going to get there, and I created a daily schedule which would help me achieve these goals. I would recommend everyone to do this as planning is one of the best habits you can apply to your life. The hardest part was taking action on my plans. For weeks I would neglect them and procrastinate. As a result, I made no progress and was still in the same lifeless situation I was in before. This left me feeling depressed again and worthless because I didn't have any discipline to follow my plans. I then came to the conclusion I was being unrealistic with my schedule and I couldn't go from being completely lazy to being a productive god in the next day. So, I decided to improve myself slightly each day. This was much more achievable and I saw small progress. This motivated me to keep going and every day I was leveling up. I felt so much happier about myself and it became an addiction to keep improving myself. I prioritized on leveling up on these 6 aspects of my life: appearance, social skills, health, studies, knowledge and finances. I knew if I could master all these aspects of my life, I would stand out and be in the top percentage of men. So that is exactly what I did. I started grooming myself better and taking care of my appearance more. This made me feel more confident and cleaner about myself. I improved my relationship with people and started to talk to more people, which helped improve my social skills. I could talk to anyone and building a bond with people was no longer a struggle. I took care of my diet and took exercise more seriously. Longer a struggle. I only drank water, started to eat cleaner foods, and limited my junk food intake significantly. I played sports and hit the gym at least 4 times a week consistently. This led to a physique change and overall, a change in my mental health. I started trying harder in my studies, dedicating hours, and overall, my grades skyrocketed. I became a much better student, and the lazy version of me was becoming a distant memory. Along with my studies, I wanted to improve knowledge. I started to watch other self-improvement videos and read books. Reading made a huge difference to my life. Growing up I thought books were for nerds, however the knowledge I gained from them is priceless. Reading every day, before sleeping, even improved my quality of sleep. I fell asleep much quicker. Lastly, I wanted to keep my finances in check. I started to see what I was spending every month and try get rid of the unnecessary things I didn't need to waste my money on. I saved a huge amount of money and started to make money doing several side hustles. I know how it feels to be left feeling like you're worthless. I know how it feels to be confused and misguided. I know how it feels to be wishing your life was much better. It's possible to become this upgraded version of yourself, but you have to put in the work. This requires a huge amount of discipline and hunger. It isn't meant for the majority of people. Success comes from trying something, failing and modifying the action thousands of times. No amount of preparation, beyond the basic, can actually prepare you for the first day with sharks. Show small amounts of gratitude every day. Make it a part of your ritual. The gratitude forces you to focus on the things you are happy about. Small gratitude is low commitment and high reward. Eliminate bad habits, put junk food away. It won't stop you completely, but it will decrease significantly. A huge part of succeeding at something is simply showing up, even if that means you just walked in the door and back out. If you show up, the math says you'll succeed, eventually. Go above and beyond what you are expected to do. This is a 100% way to gain immediate traction. Applied with consistency can skyrocket results. Practice task isolation. The only thing that matters in that moment is the task at hand. Get rid of all distractions. Constantly be evaluating yourself. Every year, every month, week, day, hour. Do this 100% objectively and healthily. The more you look at yourself objectively and decide what you're doing right and wrong, the better feedback you can use. Every day try improve yourself by 1% and take small steps to reach your goals. It's the little wins that help you to get closer to achieving your big goals. Once you start leveling up and you start seeing results, don't you think for a second you can start to get overcomfortable? Comfort can be dangerous, you'll get back to old habits and lose all your progress. Reward yourself in a way where it won't negatively affect your progress. An example can be, rather than playing video games again you go for a sports session. Lastly and most importantly, do not quit. This will take dedication and there will be days where you feel like doing nothing, but just remember the end goal whilst enjoying the journey to get there. If you did find any value from this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more self-improvement content.